30 projections in 30 days going into the 2024 regular season for the New York Mets as we continue our month-long deep dive into the Mets 40-man roster. Today's video is about one of my favorite pitchers going into this year, Sean Reid-Foley. Making his long-awaited return from Tommy John surgery, SRF pitched to a combined 24 innings in AAA and the majors last season. In a very small sample, Reid-Foley posted a 3.52 earned run average, a 1.43 fielding independent pitching, striking out 47.1% of batters in just 7.2 innings pitched. Coming over from Toronto in the Steven Matz trade, SRF has showed signs of dominant strikeout stuff that could be useful in high leverage situations. A mid-90s rising fastball that tops 98, a low spin gyro slider, and a fading action changeup in the high 80s. With average command of the strike zone, Reid-Foley has had control issues, walking nearly 6 batters per 9 innings for his career. But as a solid contact manager, the upside is definitely there to break out as a viable option for the Mets bullpen going forward. Reid-Foley will be entering a 28-year-old season with team control through 2027.
There's a guy that, like you said, he was off to a good start, in spring and what have you, and then he goes down with the Tommy John. So with him, he's really in a tough spot here because in the past, we've seen him kind of serve as a long reliever with the Mets, going multiple innings. He's going to be battling it out for the bullpen with the new additions that the Mets have made. So you might not see him on opening day. He would need to have a pretty great spring training in order to make the team. So he's someone that he is interesting. Like I said, he has the team control. He has some stuff that you like about him. It's just a matter of, will he be able to be any better at not walking the ballpark? Because that makes it tough. I mean, you can't really bring him in with men on base if he's just going to let them keep moving and just score without even having the ball be put in play. So he have to be used in a very certain way if he's going to make this team walking that high amount of batter.
I think he's a prime example of the first big boy jolt that your elbow gets after Tommy John surgery. Like, that's how he has looked since coming back and pitching healthy. I think that Sean Reid-Foley, as of right now, is in that boat of the Max Kranicks. He is in that boat of the Kyle Crick, the Andre Scrub, those types of spring training invites that could maybe grab a bullpen spot if somebody gets hurt. Somebody waiting in the wings in AAA, because I think that he does have a lot of good stuff. He just kind of has to apply it. We need to see some consistency from it, but the upside is definitely there at 28 years old. Now, as for his projection, I want to remind everybody that projections are not predictions. They are benchmarks of a player's current specific percentile outcome based on predictive data and result. For my projections, I decided to use, in my opinion, each player's 75th percentile outcome, although a majority of player projections are from the 50th percentile outcome. I personally wanted to use a median between sustainability and upside. It also gives you a good look as to who I am high on and who I am low on going into the 2024 season. 35 innings pitched, striking out 24.2% of batters, walking 14.1%, a 4.11 earned run average, a 4.68 fielding independent pitching, and even 1 home run per 9, and a wins above replacement of 0.1.
If he gives me a 4 ERA in those 35 innings, again, the bullpen, that last spot in the bullpen is going to be a revolving door. So again, him, Grant, if you see Bryce again, that optional reliever spot is great. So you got plenty of guys now. And, he'll probably get that first shot. And you got Kranick and Crick as well. If he gets back to his pre-2021 form, could be valuable. But again, you've seen a few years and out coming off an injury.
You mean when he pitched 6 innings for that 135 ERA in 2020?
Those were those good ERAs in those 6 innings. But again, he's just an extra arm on that 40-man. You'll see a bunch of them.
They seem pretty spot on. We're not expecting anything amazing out of him. He's a guy that like we said, I think when a reliever goes down or something like that, he could get called up. You will see him a little bit. So I think even the innings mark might be kind of high, I want to say, honestly, considering that he's probably not making the opening day roster. So other than that, everything else seems about right for Sean Reid-Foley. But again, I do just kind of wonder how much longer he could really stay on the 40-man. Because if he has that team controls, was it 2027 you said? I have a hard time with how he's performed, seeing him survive the 40-man roster for that many years. You know what I mean? Like, and will he get claimed? Maybe, but I don't know. I think this is his big shot to try to stay on the 40, because if it doesn't happen this year, I just don't see it.
I don't know. I think he's going to contribute a little bit more than you guys think he's going to, personally. I think that he is, this is the pitcher to watch, personally, one that I really think that can be a big contributor in a kind of unknown way to a lot of Mets fans. Coming off of the injury, again, like I said, that second jolt to your arm, the first Tommy John surgery, where the second one, it's not as good. I think that that's the current process that you're in with Sean Reid-Foley, where he's on the verge of maybe you can see a breakout season from this guy. If he were to give you, some innings in AAA or in the majors, like, he'll always be there. He'll be one of the first guys up that'll be called up for the bullpen. And I think that he will contribute a lot more than a lot of people think he's going to. Definitely a sleeper pick for 2024.